Let me be who I am and who I want to be. Yes, I understand what I'm saying. I'm dead. Oh, crap. Welcome back to Genshin Impact. My name's Demo, and, we're going to do a story quest today because I'm so close to episode 100, but I don't want to start the Inazuma quest line that I have like 9 videos in already. So let's just do a story mission. Let's go. Talk to Jean. Hey, Jean.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy.
I'm very busy.
Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with.
Again? The Knights are busy as ever, or sounds like typical Master Jean to me.
I have been meaning to have a word with you if the occasion presented itself, but as you know, Mondstadt's safety must always be my first priority.
Of course.
I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
Lawrence clan? Wait, isn't that Eula?
The Fatui? Again? But who are the Lawrence clan?
Well, I kind of have something in the works. I'm doing an iceberg thing, like the tip of the iceberg and everything underneath it on all of the Mondstadt characters and how they were inspired by real life things. I'll have that up later on another channel. I'll tell y'all when I get it. So, yeah, I know who the Lawrence clan is, not in-game.
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decarabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land.
Yeah, and Vanessa's rebellion.
The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today.
Yep.
The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Uh-huh. I remember that from my studies.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
We don't know that.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter.
But why us? Sounds like a job for the Knight of Favonius to me.
Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember.
Sounds like a problem that you need fixing, so you go ahead and do that.
We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem, especially when D-Luke, I think he's a member of the Dawnlight or Dawn Knight clan? I forgot. But he doesn't like these Knights of Favonius either, for very specific reasons.
We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase.
Oh, you know it.
All of our past efforts would have been wasted.
But as the honorary knight, I technically also belong to the Knights.
You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius.
Because why?
But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way.
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, it's a new place to go, I apparently think.
Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Noted.
Whoa, leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan.
Maybe.
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls. It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch.
Leave it to me. I hope things go smoothly.
Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
Well, you getting in the way might actually be of a hindrance. I didn't want to ever say that, but you gotta keep your head held high, and you gotta keep your health above water. Don't you forget, be healthy! Hello? Who might you be?
Huh? Who are you?
Well, who are you? That's what I asked you first.
Hello, we're here too.
What are we here to do, Paimon?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Did you just say what's wrong?
Yes. Are you hard of hearing?
And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner?
Yes. I'd do the same to gods, why would I not do the same to humans?
Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility.
You mean the magnanimous nobility that was just destroyed by a slave? So, yeah, sure, fine. Magnanimous failure! Oh!
If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do.
Oh, okay, you're right. I was being so overly dramatic. I'm sorry. Greetings, my little peasant. Would you like me to allow you to kiss my feet? Or would you like to be forced?
Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That is the appropriate etiquette.
And if you're not careful, you will lose your knees.
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
That's not etiquette, that's just pride and control, trying to control people.
In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman.
Yeah, but you have shown no proof of your nobleship.
And neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping.
And you better be very, very careful, because I'm not the one who's going to be whipped here. Neither is Paimon. If you touch her, your being will be whipped into cream. You understand me? Cream! You will become whipped cream at this point.
But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot bear to see such degradation.
You cannot bear to have people bow to you like you're some type of god, when you, in truth, you're just dirt beneath their feet. It's no wonder the aristocracy fell.
What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility?
You assume you had any dignity in the first place, you skuts.
I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor.
Oh, so you're planning an uprising. Good. Gives me a reason to chop off that finger you pointed at me.
Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined.
So what?
I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth.
And you are the type of people I hate to my core, to the point where I would not hesitate to throw you in the ocean. So yeah, I haven't even said anything yet.
Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you.
Yeah, you don't get to have a choice in that manner, good sir.
Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies.
Oh, please. You will be tortured beyond your wildest dreams if I was in there in real life.
Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
Don't worry, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
So this is what Master G meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Yes. These type of people, the elitists, they deserve to be enslaved to the mass populace. Of course, I don't literally mean that in real life standards. That would be awful. What you should do is just take away their bank account and boom, teach people in the school to say, you have no control over me. And that's how they lose it.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight.
Amber?
I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here.
What is with your clothes are new? Cool.
Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
Maybe. Well, not that I ran into any trouble. It's just that random citizen who calls himself noble ran into trouble, and that trouble is me.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment.
It wasn't our fault, it was his.
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched.
Well, yeah, that's true. Gotta have a little leg room to move around and make mistakes. But this guy that I was talking about seems to not understand as such.
You just have to keep at it and never give up.
Well, that's Amber for you.
Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem?
Well, no, technically you're an outrider, not a Favonian. Well, you are not Favonians, but you are an outrider too. So, the problem is, aristocrat, and, he seems to be so prideful, he has become Lucifer incarnate. So, I don't know. Whoa, did that just speed up? That just sped up. Are you serious? What the heck happened? No, that's slowing down. What do you mean? It's slowing down, and it's actually speeding up? Is there like an actual wind current? Oh, this is neat. That's a key detail I never noticed. Nice.
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence. But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon.
Why would anybody not listen to you, Paimon? Also, why do I look like Insomnia has punched me in the face?
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have any manners.
Sounds like you're no stranger to this, Rants. Oh, sounds like you're no stranger to his rants.
I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things.
Yes.
You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache?
No, you can't say that.
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore.
Well, I understand their thinking too, and it's kind of immoral.
However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan, my good buddy, Eula.
Eula?
Buddy?
Buddy!
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th company.
Jean told us that the Lawrence clan sees the Knights as enemies. How could a member of the Lawrence clan join the Knights? Well, that's obvious. Traitors exist.
Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family.
That's good. Because strict parents make sneaky children.
However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her.
I think I already have.
Strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula?
Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her.
That's the problem. They always mess up everything when you have so much pride. It's like, I am bigger than you. When actually people who think they're bigger than everybody else are just lesser than. They're just projecting.
In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family.
She sounds like quite the character. I guess that's understandable from their point of view.
She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert.
I don't want to get along with him. I want to punch him in the face.
In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Stormbear Mountains.
Stormbear Mountains. Got it. I won't forget.
Thanks, Amber. All right, you heard her. Let's go find Eula.
Yeah, to
Good
Stormbear.
luck, you two. I've got got my own matters to investigate.
Good luck on your investigation, Amber. You go do you.
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? Well,
I did.
If you want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members? The Fatui? What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here?
Oh, dang it.
Let's fight first and talk later.
Have a load of this.
Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Ah, crap.
Detoxifying these. I see through you. Hurry up.
Oh!
Well, roasted fry.
Get out of the way. Oh, crap.
Nice and spicy.
Come on.
I will end you.
Are you sure about that?
This
Oh, that's too easy. Why are you pointing at Paimon? Whoa! Fantastic show!
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you?
Maybe not.
Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets?
Okay, I admit I'm in the wrong here.
And now you get to stake a claim.
I don't...
You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Ugh. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
So, does that mean you're going to take out more of the Fatui than I have? Good luck, sister.
What?
I'm sorry, Vengeance, do you want to spar? Hey, I'm a good spar.
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too.
I mean, I understand your point of view. You've been monitoring these guys, and I just swoop in and go, oh, hey, look, bugs to squish. All over, and what were you actually following them for? Was it some type of hideout thing? If so, I'm terribly sorry.
If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit.
I don't care about credit, exactly.
Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Well, actually, I'm quite used to fighting the Fatui.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch enemies?
Excuse me?
Arch enemies? Wait a minute. You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago.
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort two strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt.
If I was injured... Oh, okay. If I was injured, you'd feel so guilty that you would want to take us back to get healed. I see. You do have a good heart. You can't fool me with your cold nature outline when there's like a very warm core inside.
Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
I can take it.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
So you must be Eula.
Yes, that's me.
Hi.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate with her.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards.
Ha. So you do know normal standards.
Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
Oh, there's this weird explosive bunny girl that constantly rides around on a wing thing. I forgot what they were called. Wind glider, that's it. You might have heard of her. Her name's, I forgot. Oh yeah, Ember.
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, We're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
Yeah, I wanted to punch him and throw him in the ocean.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right. But why do you mean to investigate him?
He may be secretly involved with the Fatui.
I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
Yeah, I think you're bluffing. A big, gigantic part of me in my gut says, you're not going to do a thing.
No. This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
Well, aren't you worried about your uncle?
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Maybe so, but it's not about your identity that I care about. It's the way you treat people. Jeez.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of old Mondstadt.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, there is something in my brain that I've been contemplating for over like a month now, and it has everything to do with your identity and how you view yourself compared to other people. Now, I'm not going to go into it right now because that would take too long.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
The problem is, I don't feel you're gonna do anything. You say avenge, but the only thing that ever comes to mind is like, I'm going to outperform you in a competition. You sound like one of those characters that, like rival characters, like Gary in Pokemon, or Sasuke in, early Naruto. Early Naruto, okay.
But didn't you say him first? Oh.
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you.
Your definition of curious is curious.
I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
Yep, that sounds about right.
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people.
But aren't you plotting vengeance against us? You're not planning to take revenge at an opportune moment, are you?
We can put that aside for now.
Sure.
Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Enter the nuance.
Hyman's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry.
I know, it's like she's lying.
Hyman has met bigger weirdos before.
Yeah, we all have. What? There's a... Oh, I thought he was holding that thing. I thought he was holding that Hilitroll captive. Oh, this is easy, you weak. It geared up for the wind-up and didn't even go. Ha 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 ha. I have developed a headache. Probably dealing with the Lawrence clan, blah.
You finally arrived.
Yes,
There's
I
no
have.
time to spare, so we'll begin with our first lesson.
Is it bowing? I would gracefully bow to you, ma'am.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise, it'll keep bugging us.
You won't really take revenge, will you?
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go.
Oh, I see. You threaten us and then you say, oh, you're just being so dramatic. Blah. Well, you're kind of right. I mean, I don't feel you'll do anything, so why am I ever pressing?
Don't worry. There's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
Anyone who exacts vengeance is not going to say when they are going to exact vengeance. Do you think I'm dumb?
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
Not really.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order.
Not really.
Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Yeah, you'd probably dead halfway getting to me.
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler.
I didn't
and
do
suspecting
that.
my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes.
Hey, I called your last name the Ruthless Rulers, not you as an individual. And that's the problem I was trying to bring up. When you place your identity in front of your humanity, every criticism towards you as an individual is you automatically place on your identity and everybody who identifies with you. This is the problem with cancel culture nowadays, because that's the main issue. They place their identity before their humanity, and therefore they do not forgive.
But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack.
But then you also have to consider, not for, themselves, but for other people, which could get a country destroyed.
If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless.
Well, that is true. But that's why we're investigating. But
if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment.
And we're in agreement.
I'm sure you understand.
I think I'm starting to see what you mean. Really? I understood it from the first time when Jean said it.
Good. Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to.
Bowing?
Your manner of speech and your bearing.
So if I wear filthy rags and, say, "Oh, great Grandmaster over my life, would you please allow me to kiss the ground you walk on?"
Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, yes. The fantastical, magnificento word of speech. I shall Shakespeare my way into the will of all.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation.
Pray be not those, Paimon. That would exacerbate the problem and gridlock the process.
Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
I somehow feel that Eula might actually take vengeance on you for saying that, Paimon.
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
I see the irony in that statement.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate.
Or allow me to demonstrate. Rules for thee, but not for me.
For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
Shakespeare, I was right.
As the morning dew does what now?
As the morning dew greets the morning dawn, so do I greet you, my dearest friend. Oh, not dearest, but fierce. Wow.
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you.
That prevents people from rising the ranks. I get it now.
Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water.
Seems like a lot of work just to greet a good friend. Not really. This is old aristocracy.
Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
Well, if they're offended by me calling them a good friend in normal standards, I would punch them in the face. So, no, I wouldn't actually do that. I would just scoff at them and say, "Ha ha ha, you funny."
But didn't you just say "my dear friend" in your example? Paimon's confused.
It's because if you say, maybe, I'm trying to understand and formulate it into words, maybe it would be that you just say, "Sup, buddy?" It would be that you're not expending as much effort as you should be to them. For them and their brain status means everybody should give their 100% in talking to them. Oh yes, let me sing you an opera by just simply saying hello.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close.
So you mean friends versus family?
It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So another thing to remember, aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite.
Yes. Too bad all of their faces look kind of punchable.
However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them.
Not really. I mean, it would depend on, well, no, I take that back. I did change dear friend to fierce friend, which would be more intimate, you know? Hello, my fierce friend. Ooh. But you mean you always have to talk like this?
This is only the first step in making a greeting.
Yeah, I know.
After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
So is that why it's called a curtsy? Because you courtesy and exchange a courtesy to the one who does not exchange back because you're of lesser status?
Wait. This is all too abstract.
I mean, I understand it because I'm good at grasping it, but that's too much effort.
Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Be courteous, curtsy me. There you go.
Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
Uh-oh. How about we choose your uncle instead? Oh, wait a minute. I don't feel comfortable about this. That would mean they are going to start hating me because they think I'm of the Lawrence clan. No, wait a minute. I don't feel good about this. Norman, if you start hating me, I'ma set your shoes on fire.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
Uh-oh.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... what comes next? Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it.
I think you misunderstood her. Well, she's just giving us a demonstration, that's all.
Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan.
Well, it's for an investigation for the Knights of Avonius because, hey, you're doing a service to your country.
And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt.
Well, that's your prerogative, dude. It doesn't change the fact that we're still under an investigation that we need help with.
If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
I'm sure I wouldn't even have to get in the middle of that because I'm pretty sure if I get in the middle of that, I would be attacking Eula because she would probably hurt you.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Did you see how she talked to them? Of course. I mean, come on, it was like exact phrase of how he talked to us. I mean, come on. If you have your family name desecrated, you don't simply say, oh, Well, you're lesser than. You simply say, well, that's your prerogative, dude.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else.
Do we have to, though? I don't feel comfortable about this. How about I do it instead? Wait, who's this? Leno, if you get mad at me and start hating me, I'm color your hair blue instead of green.
You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility, and solemnly kneel to the ground with utmost sincerity. Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words.
Oh, I get it.
Right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
What do you mean, what is with this attitude? Do you not understand empathy? Jeez, I can see both sides of the equation, but come on, there's one side of being completely rude to an equal member of society for this weird conglomeration of families that just see themselves as not equal, as above everybody else. That's going to lead to an entire disarray of miscommunication, which is actually what we're seeing now in the real world. Hey, Eula's quest is actually a political commentary. How about that? Maybe we should just stop for now.
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to.
But you're grandstanding. Why don't you just say, okay, grandstand in front of them?
I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
Why do you say that? Well, it's just so, Randall, if you start hating me, I'm a run for office, get into the pharmaceutical industry, specifically the eye care industry, and I will raise your prices of glasses. Do you understand?
You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a knight of Favonius, and that the knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Well, you're saying that like, I understand, Daddy. Please, I will hurt you if you hit me, but please hit me more. I don't know why I put that in Eula's position. I'm sorry for saying that, but that's just what it seemed like. It's like when you get in school and then they say, okay, time for a paddling, and then they paddle you and go, ah! But that's weird. That's exactly what it sounds like from Eula.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here. I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius.
Maybe everyone should just take a step back.
I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious.
Well, also, dude, I want you to understand that we're trying to do an investigation here, and she's trying to teach me how to actually be or go undercover in it. She doesn't actually mean the stuff to you, in which case, actually, why are we doing this without talking to them like normal people first?
Listen here. If you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go.
Jeez.
It's all right. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
I don't know, maybe you should be a bit more courteous. Because your courtesy is not courtesy.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop. Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings between the Lawrence clan and the people of Mondstadt were so bitter.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time.
And somehow you still manage to brush it off like with a laugh.
Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me.
Sure.
Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
Aristocratic manner of speech, you sugarcoat things, my dear.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
I might have done the exact same thing to Schubert, so, Eula, I'm sorry. Yuli, I'm accidentally calling you Yuli, I'm sorry.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation.
There is always an easy path to reconciliation. The thing is, the Lawrence family and the way you talk and the manner of which you speak is not the same as the manner of which everybody else speaks. Instead of being, special, try being mirroring someone else. Like when another person nods their head, you nod your head back. If somebody is, speaking in like a weird tone, you can do the same, That's how you subconsciously get the trust of people. And you speak in the matter. Like sometimes I find myself changing the way I speak based on the people I'm around. That's kind of weird, I understand. That's just how it works sometimes. Sometimes you have to be a chameleon to be a human social animal. If you're not a chameleon and you're just one color plain Jane, then you're not going to be liked. But that's your issue. Do you value yourself as an individual, or do you value yourself as a specific identity that cannot change, and you cannot have certain opinions in that identity?
As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. It is now my turn to bear this burden.
You don't have to bear it if you, talk normal.
At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
So you knew all along that we'd encounter these kinds of problems?
Yeah, why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either.
What?
Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do.
You like to get people mad?
But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
Instead of doing that, just tell me what I need to do. If I need to bow, then tell me, get on your knees, commoner. So do I get on my knees and say, I'm sorry, master? Do I really need to do that? Tell me. I'm not so prideful as to shove away my pride and go undercover and act as a slave.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now.
No, I don't really. Because the first time, it was a one-sided conversation. The next 3 times with Eula, it was also a one-sided conversation. But the last one was kind of one-sided in the opposite sort of way. But anyway.
Right?
I'm still not too sure I can do this.
We'll just have to roll with it for now.
Really, Paimon? We're studying from her with people like me. It's a miscommunication. It's like people are talking two different languages at this point.
Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're
I did.
already halfway toward mastering aristocratic conduct.
Ugh.
A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from their taste for refinement.
Like the fine wine that tastes so nasty, I'll prefer bourbon.
But we must also practice your bearing.
What do you mean? My clothes?
I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragonspine.
My bearing? What do you mean?
It's so cold. Does aristocrat training really need to be done here?
I mean, Eula is ice bearer, or cryo.
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed and elegant even amidst harsh conditions.
I understand that because I've actually been training 5 years ago, but then stopped because life hit me upside the head a little too hard and said, and proved to me, you can't do that. So stop.
For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse.
Yes. When did that get there?
But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegance fully intact.
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the realm of adventuring. Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake.
Yeah, I'm used to this kind of challenge. Should be way easier than making conversation at least.
Paimon thinks so too. But you've got this in the bag.
Yeah, I know exactly what to do.
You look pretty confident this time.
I do.
All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air. That would be most unsightly.
Without taking any damage. Okay. I know exactly what I need to do. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I just go around it. Jesus. Can I actually do this?